Yes, guys, welcome to the Qualification podcast. This is your boy Tabajo. Please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. First thing first, guys, just wanna say thank you very much, Enzo Maresca, for what you did at Chelsea. I appreciate your work. You won us the Club World Cup, the Conference League. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. So just want to put that in mind. That I thank you, Enzo Maresca. I appreciate it. I wish you for the best there for the future. So now let's go straight to it. Liam Rosenior is a Chelsea head coach at the moment, so I'm not gonna wish him bad because he's a Chelsea head coach, right? So Liam Rosenior, welcome to Chelsea Football Club. For me personally, in terms of Liam Rosenior, I think it's too early for him to come to Chelsea, but again, the opportunity is there for him to take it. So he couldn't say to the opportunity. As much as I said he's not ready, but again, he said to Chelsea, I'm going to support him. I'm going to support him 100% because he's the Chelsea coach at the moment. So I don't want to hate him because of some Chelsea fans may say, oh, why are you picking Lemro Senior? Bro, he's at Chelsea at the moment. Nothing I can do. All I can do is just support him and wish him successful at Chelsea. That's my take on Liam Rosenior. So I don't want to be a fan that I won't support the coach because of what the fans think about him and everything. So I'm going to support the gaffer. That's it. But you know my opinion about the sporting directors, guys. I won't change my opinion about the sporting directors. I won't do that, unfortunately. The sporting directors, forget about them because we are here because of them at the moment. We are in this situation because of the sporting directors. The sporting directors in the summer, I said it, they failed Enzo Maresca. Our recruitment was awful. And then Enzo Maresca couldn't take it anymore. That's why he left the club. So I don't want to dwell on that. I just want to say thank you, Enzo Maresca. We need to move on because Chelsea tonight are playing against Fulham. So, but again, Liam Rosenior won't be there. Will be Callum McFarlane and Liam Rosenior will take the Charlton Athletic game on Saturday night as well. So I'm just gonna say Liam Rosenior, welcome to Chelsea Football Club. So this is the official statement from the club, right? Uh, so says Chelsea Football Club is delighted to announce the appointment of Liam Rosenior as head coach of the men's team. Says the Englishman has signed a contract with the club that will take him through to 2032. That means it's a 6.5 years at Chelsea. That's a lot, but again, it doesn't mean anything to me. We all seen that Potter had I think 5 years or 6 years. What happened to him? He was sacked after 6 months. Enzo Maresca, what happened? He left after 18 months. So 5 years, 6 years, whatever, for me doesn't bother me at all because we also what happened. So let's go straight to it. Says Rosenior arrived at Stamford Bridge after coaching overseas with RC Strasbourg, where he led the French club to European qualification for the first time in 19 years, and his season and following earlier roles in England with Hull City and Derby County. And then on moving to Premier League, he said, I'm extremely humble and honored to be appointed head coach of Chelsea Football Club. This is a club with a unique spirit and proud history of winning trophies. Bro, and I hope you win a trophy because this is important for me as a Chelsea fan. I hope you'll win a trophy because this is important for me as a Chelsea fan. Trophies is going along with Chelsea fans. So I hope you'll win a trophy, Chelsea. But again, like I said, I'm going to support you, and also I'm going to talk about what I've saw as Strasbourg, his tactical analysis, what kind of system is playing at Strasbourg, because I've been following Strasbourg ever since Chelsea brought the club. So I know a lot about Liam Rosenior. That's why I said it's not really so. But again, he's here to Chelsea. I'm going to support the Gaffer. Since my job is to protect the identity and create a team that reflects those values in every game we play as we continue winning trophies. To be entrusted with this role means the world to me. I want to thank all involved for the opportunity and faith in undertaking this job. I will give everything to bring the success this club deserves, 100%. It says uh, I I I believe deeply in teamwork, unity, togetherness, and working for one another. And those values will be at the heart of everything we do. They will be a foundation of our success. I'm excited to work with this extremely talented group of players and staff to build strong connection and the on and off the pitch, and to create environment where everyone feels united and driven by the same goal, right? And it says there is a real hunger to win, and I'll give everything every single day to have the team compete and win at the very highest level, to make everyone connected and proud to be part of Chelsea Football Club. And also says I want our fans to be proud and who are and what we represent in every single game that we play. They are the soul of this enormous history and huge football club. I cannot wait to meet you all. I cannot wait to start. Like I said, welcome to Chelsea Football Club, Liam Rosenior. I've got nothing against you, bro. Charles says, oh, Rosenior. So, Charles, what are your thoughts about Liam Rosenior? Let us know, bro. Let us know. And welcome, welcome. It's the first time seeing you, so I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please kindly subscribe. And if you're my subscriber, I appreciate it, bro. So this is the club stadium of Liam Rosenior, right? So anyway, welcome to Chelsea, Rosenior. I hope you'll do well at Chelsea. Let me do this. What happened there? I just want to read something from Ben Jacobs. He said it. The reason why Chelsea here hired Liam Rosenior. Don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe to the channel. It's very helpful. Um, from Ben Jacobs, right? Says more on Liam Rosenior's Chelsea appointment. I have 5.5-year contract with 12 months option. First game will be in Charlton. Will be the Charlton in FA Cup. In the FA Cup on Saturday, on January 10th, which is Saturday. Chelsea believe Rosenior personality and leadership skills are well suited to the squad. Well, I think the impression is only him because, like I said, some Chelsea players will say, "Who is this guy? What is happening here?" From Enzo Maresca to Liam Rosenior, but his first meetings will be very important. How we address those players and everything. So hopefully it's ready for that. Right? It says his style of play is similar to Enzo Maresca, leading to the smooth transition to Rosenior team play in a controlled manner, and he has proven at Strasbourg he can build connection chemistry both on and off the field. Rosenior's arrival also means Chelsea long-term recruitment plan are altered despite Maresca's unplanned mid-season departure. Chelsea leadership want a position-based team who control games and win with solid defensive base. Understand Rosenior also impressed by showing he can work collaboratively, and he had a strong record of both involving players and keeping them fit at Strasbourg. Right, and then Rosenior is viewed as someone who can build a long-term bond with Chelsea supporters. He wanted to start off the announcing his departure at France out to respect Strasbourg, but made it clear Chelsea was too strong and offered an offer, and the club turned down. To turn down his handle of media duties have gone down well with Chelsea hierarchy. Ultimately, Chelsea feel Rosenior is an elite coach who is a elite coach with huge potential, and he bring continuity and stability to the Chelsea project with the added bonus of several pre-exciting relationship with Chelsea leadership and the sporting team. We'll wait and see. Let me add Dante now. How can I add you now? Big up, Dante. How are you?
Hey, big up to Vega. Good, yourself?
Dante?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It was my microphone. How are you?
I think so. Big up. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, bro. Can't complain.
That's good.
Yeah,
Good to
I
have
was
you back.
hoping.
Good to have you back streaming. Welcome back.
Yeah, I was hoping Coachella will do a stream today, but it seems like it took a break.
Yeah, I think we've done too many long streams the last few days, so it's taken a toll, I think. Yes.
Yeah, so overall, what are your thoughts about Liam Rosenior's appointment at Chelsea?
Yeah, look, I watched, me and you both watched Strasbourg quite a lot. We have for quite a while now. A lot of Chelsea supporters haven't really watched at all. If they have, they've watched maybe a clip here and there, but we've been watching him since pretty much he joined nearly. So we know what he can do. We know how he can coach. He is he's got a good footballing mind. Obviously, he was a player as well. Into a management sort of family as well. So very good speaker. Connects with the players. We see that, especially the young players at Strasbourg. I think he fitted perfectly right there. So he really connected with those young players really, really well. So, I mean, even at Chelsea, we have still quite a lot of young players. So we've only got a couple that are sort of that 26, Cucurella, Sanchez, they're 26, 27, that's it. The rest are still 24, basically, around that age. So, and obviously much younger. Look, fit-wise for that, I think it's a good fit. Tactically as well, he does it's similar to Maresca as in possession, but with some tweaks, obviously not quite exactly the same. So a little bit of a different structure up front mostly. So yeah, look, he's a good appointment. I think there wasn't really many choices to go for. It is probably a bit early, even, for him, it's probably a bit early, but he can't turn the opportunity down. And because we did sign him for Strasbourg, as a pathway to the future, maybe to come to Chelsea in a few years' time, depending on how well he does. So look, he's done very well for Strasbourg with the youngest team in Europe. Where they were and what they've done actually done pretty well. So look, it doesn't matter. People say no experience. He's a very good coach. We've seen that. I've seen him coach very well. Watching him play, like we saw Maresca at, we kind of knew when we first saw him, when we looked into him and studied him a bit. Yeah, he knows his stuff as well. So I think Liam's got the footballing mind as well. I think that's not a problem. It's just we'll see if he can handle the pressure of the big club. That is the only question mark. But other than that, I think he's got all the tools necessary for the job.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Charles says, why is not clicking here, showing a screen? Okay, it says, add me too, bro. Do you have X, Charles? If you have X, Charles, you can DM me, and then I'll send you the link. And then it says, Happy New Year, Dante. It seems like this guy knows you. I don't know if the is the Charles that I know, because if it's the Charles that I know, I've sent him the link. So I don't know why.
I think it's the same one. Yeah, of course. Yeah, big up.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
I've sent him the link. So says, let me just double check whether I've sent the correct link there.
There's only one Charles.
Yeah, but I've sent him the link. So I'm amazed why he says, let me join. But I've sent him the link long time ago. I just send him the link. Let me send the link again to him then. If there is the same Charles. Yeah, I've just sent the link again. I agree with you, Dante. For me personally, I said it. I think it's too early for him to come to Chelsea, but again, the opportunities they couldn't say no to the job. And also, another thing, right? I think Chelsea fans will love him because he doesn't play with inverted fullback. That's the issue. Chelsea fans were annoyed with Enzo Maresca. Yeah. But again, this was Enzo Maresca's tactic. He believes in that, so he can't change that tactic to please their friends. He needs to play his own way so that he can get the results. So with Liam Rosenior is mostly using a wing-back system. So I think Chelsea fans will love him because of that.
Yeah, and we've got players that can play those positions, no problem. So, Gusto, Reece James, Cucurella on the other side, maybe even Pedro Neto, like we saw at the weekend. He went into that second half, into that left wing back's position, a more of attacking option. So yeah, look, we've got the players. The only players that probably, that a little bit might find it a bit more difficult is those wingers we signed, those direct wingers we signed. Might have a little more problem fitting in. Now we'll see what Rosenior does exactly. I'm sure they'll have a plan, but they're the only two that I pointed out on Chelsea perspective. 2 or 3 guys, the direct wingers, Garnacho, Gittins, Neto. Those direct wingers, that's why I said Neto. We saw him a left wing back, so he could be one of those that could be converted to that position because we know he's very good defensive. He works hard. He can run up and down, no problem. So yeah, the other ones, Garnacho and Gittins, a little bit, yeah. They might be a couple of the losers coming out of this if he continues the way he plays that at Strasbourg.
Yeah, 100%. Big up, Charles. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, bro?
I'm good, thanks. How can you let me send you the link twice, bro?
Big up, Charles.
Big up, Dante. How are you?
Happy New Year, Mr. Zambia.
Happy New Year. We were disappointed that this year's AFCON, we were terrible.
Yeah, for me, just to talk about South Africa against Cameroon, we played very well against Cameroon. We created a lot of chances, but again, I think the coach, he changed the tactics. Even though we played very well, but the tactics for me, that's why we were punished. Like we never played 3 at the back system, South Africa. 3 4-3, never. But the coach just changed the tactics against Cameroon, and then they capitalized. That's the thing, man. I don't know what was the coach doing there, but overall, let's forget about AFCON, man. We are not there anymore. Yeah, that's why I'm annoyed. Like, why do you change those tactics? What was doing
He
good,
was
and you
trying to
changed it.
he was trying to fix what's not broken.
Yeah,
Well, we see coaches do that a lot these days. They do like to experiment in situations like that to try to mix it up, I guess. Something obviously they're seeing against the opposition. That's something they can exploit, but probably most times it doesn't work, to be honest. So yeah, it's a bit hard to surprise them like that. Yeah, I agree with Tobago.
You should have stuck to what works for
Yeah,
his
what was
team.
successful, correct? Yeah. I always say if you really believe in yourself and the team, and you don't adjust to your those guys when you're at the top. If you think keep to your style, play your game. It's been successful. It'll be successful. Don't change it, to something else just for that one game. Because yeah, usually, like I said, most times we've seen even big managers around the world and club wise and internationally wise, it doesn't work. But they still do it somehow.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why. Yeah.
Pep Guardiola played without a defensive midfielder in a
Yeah,
Champions League final
yeah.
against
exactly.
such teams to work. Yeah, but if you be like you said, Dante, if you just believe in your game and in your players, just go out there and impose yourself on the opposition. You don't need to try to suit them or anything.
No, because
Just go
that
there.
that that entitles a lot more thinking and awareness in the game, which can put you off your game as well for the players. Not all players are very smart. So most players are not the biggest of IQ. Most professional players, they're not. They don't like too many things happening, thinking too much. So when you add that extra layer on top of another layer of another layer, well, you're kind of asking for that, to be honest. So yeah, look, it is what it is.
Big up to Jay as well. Says big up, bro. Hey, is South Africa out already? Yes, we are out because the coach decided to throw away the game. A recipe for disaster. Playing at the back against physical Cameroon doesn't make sense. Even the center back that he was playing, bro. Most horrible center backs in South Africa, but he played them. I don't understand. But anyway, let's forget about it, man. Please.
Have you
No,
won
that's a shame.
AFCON this
Yeah,
season?
I
Have
was
you
going for
gone?
South
Have you won
Africa.
AFCON?
Yeah, I was.
Have you gone?
I
Have
was.
you won AFCON this century?
Yeah, we won it in 1996.
So you've not won it in the 21st century.
Yes.
They have the
Oh,
talent. I
too
think they have
bad.
the talent to win it. They have the talented players.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
They
last
have
time
the
we
facilities. They have the facilities too. We've won it and we have rubbish facilities.
Yep. Yep.
yeah, but anyway, we are here to talk about Liam Rosenior. So, Charles, give us your thoughts about the appointment of Liam Rosenior at Chelsea.
Very, very good young manager. Communicates well. Um, I actually think he's got a fiery side to him. It's not what people are trying to make it seem. They think it's just going to be some yes man that will be pushed around, that will be dictated by the SDs. But I think he's got personality. He's got a similar. I wouldn't say exactly similar, but it's got the principles are not very different to Maresca's. Basically, to any coach that tries to set up their team in a possession-based way, any team that tries to keep the ball. So the positional play principles are the same, bit different to Maresca because Maresca wasn't high on fullbacks overlapping, and Rosinia obviously likes uses wing backs. So we'll see how that fits in at Chelsea. But I think he's a good manager. I think he's a good fit, good with young players. I think he knows how to motivate his players. When you look at the speeches in the dressing rooms, he really knows how to get his players fired up, and that's going to be important, especially in those halftime talks. Um, I think it's a couple of years too early, honestly, but that's what the model is about. It's about giving opportunities to up and coming coaches who demonstrate that they are willing to work uh, within the project. They are willing to work with the footballing team. So they've gone with that again. Obviously, it's a gamble, but I think I'm not doubting his credentials or his ability to make us a competitive side. I'm not doubting that because I think he knows his stuff. I think he knows his football. Um, so yeah, I think it's a good fit for the project. Whether whether you win titles here, whether you'll be that manager that we are looking for to just stabilize the club to be here for a long time, time will tell. But for the project, for what the club is trying to do, I think is a very good fit. 2 years early, but still a very, very good fit that the club, they feel that they can work with him, they can collaborate with him, and bounce their ideas off him. So I think I think that's that. Good manager, exciting young manager, more experienced than Maresca when we appointed him. So yeah, I think it's a good appointment according to the project.
Okay, like you said, Charles, I said it is 2 years too early, but again, if the opportunity is there, take it, take the grab of that opportunity because it might not come again in the near future. So I'm glad he took the opportunity, and then also I think he got better players than Strasbourg players. Chelsea players are more experienced than Strasbourg players. If you watch the two teams, there's a huge difference there. So hopefully, tactically, he can do very well at Chelsea. I wish him all the best because I'm not going to be a negative say, oh, Liam Rosenior, I don't rate him, and then it's because that's why I don't want him at Chelsea. No, 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 no. I said it because it's early, but again, if you see, I'm going to support him. Same as I said against Porter, even Pochettino. I didn't want those coaches at Chelsea, but again, I support them because I love the football club.
Yeah, pretty much. Well
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we move quickly in terms of the tactics of Liam Rosenior, right? All we saw from Strasbourg, because I think Charles and also is watching Strasbourg a lot, so that is
A
going to
lot.
help a lot. Yes, yeah, same as Dante. So, what is the expectations for Liam Rosenior this season, Dante?
Expectations would be to come in and steady the ship, try to get that top, get the Champions League position, of course. We're still in every single cup as well, so let's not forget that. We're in the semi-finals, the League Cup there. It is against Arsenal, but hey, we don't match up too bad against them. So look, if you can get that top four, maybe five will be enough for the Champions League as well, actually, top five. And maybe get to a final of one of those cups, maybe go into quarterfinals, Champions League, maybe FA Cup as well, quarter, semis, League Cup. If we can somehow get over Arsenal and get in the final and maybe win it, that would be very good. But I think I think that the expectations there, but they're not going to put massive pressure on him because he's coming in mid-season, which doesn't really happen this time of year to change a coach like that. So yeah, look, I think it's just steady the ship. The quality's there in the squad. We can definitely finish top five, top four, no problem. I think we've got the good enough squad. I think he's a good enough manager to do that. The only way, if he crumbles under the pressure and loses the dressing room, that's different. Maybe that But otherwise, I expect him, and I think he will continue this. We will. I don't see us dropping more than that, to be honest. I think where we are now, fifth minimum, I think, and I think even up to fourth we can go, no problem. Maybe even third, to be honest, around that area. So basically, top five, get into a final, try to win a cup, one of those cups. I think that'll be a pretty successive season for him if he does that, because then that gives you a bit of momentum for next year. And if we can win one of those cups, even if it's just the cup, the Carabao Cup, well, it's still a step forward in my opinion, and that would really, really help Rosenior, obviously, and the players. That means they're gelling and they're working well together. So my expectations, like I said, probably top five, and yeah, maybe get to one of those finals if we can.
Okay, let me answer this call, guys, and we'll come back to you.
Go on, Charles. What do you think?
Yeah, I think top four should be our minimum expectation. I wouldn't place uh, trophy expectations on him right now because he's coming in mid-season. It's difficult to get the players to start playing your way immediately. So I wouldn't place cap expectations on him. Yeah, but I think with the squad that we have, the quality that we have, I think we should be able to finish fifth or lower, higher. Yeah, fifth or higher. I think that's just what I expect, and I think it's very achievable. I think we'll be able to do it.
Yeah. Look, I understand what you mean by not putting pressure to him to win a cup, but I mean that's why I said getting to a final would be nice to experience that, with the players and everything. The players are pretty good in finals. Our squad's pretty good in finals. We know that. So if we can get there, even if it's the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, I think that's a massive bonus. So I think that would be pretty important. We've got the teams to go pretty far. I think in the FA Cup. Even a lot of people not giving us chance against Arsenal in the semi-final 2 leg of the Carabao Cup. I still think we got a good chance there as well. So yeah, look, Champions League again. We're a good European side. We can play well in Europe against one of and we will qualify for the next round of the Champions League. I'm pretty certain of that. So it just depends where we end up, who we get drawn against. But if we can get at least to a quarter final in the Champions League, I would be okay with that. Like I said, I wouldn't mind that at all for Liam Rosenior. I think that would be get that Champions League qualification for next year, do those other things, and I think that's fine. I think they'll be happy with him. Next year, there'll be a bit more pressure on him, obviously, but coming in now like that, and if he does that and steadies the ship, I think that's good enough for me.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. In terms of the
Because I mean,
squad,
players as well will be important. What players we add to the squad, especially for his system. Some players, or what are we doing? Even in January now, are we getting another player? Maybe in January, if there's an opportunity, we'll wait and see. We don't know. So that's important as well, I think. But next year, don't forget, if we does that, you got Caldwell back, you'll get some players back, more key players as well. So, and the club will sign some. I think they will sign another one or two key players, in my opinion, as well, for next year as well.
yeah, I'm really, really hoping that we can add at least one player, even if it's just one player in January, just to boost our chase for the Champions League, because there are opportunities. I read that Gray is available, Crystal Palace. Even a forward would be much helpful because I
Yeah,
don't think we have the forwards we have are suited to that inside role that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Liam
That's the
plays
thing.
at Strasbourg. Yeah,
That's
they are
the
more like touchline wingers and not really inside forwards. So if an opportunity comes, to add a forward, I think we should add a forward. I think we were interested in Semenyo, but obviously he chose to work with Pep at City. But if other opportunities, come along, I think we should jump at them, try to get a forward in. Yeah.
Well, we've got Omega coming obviously next season, so he's another forward that will be added to that can play in
Yeah,
that system very well. Yeah.
but Dante, I read some reports that Omega and Liam Rosenior had a fallout. I don't know what is going on there. Hopefully, they can fix the Chelsea because we don't want that. So
I thought the
That's
fallout.
nothing.
no,
I
no,
thought the fallout.
yeah, no.
I
Say again, Charles. Okay, I'll give you the opportunity.
I know you can you can go
No,
ahead.
no, 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 Charles, you can talk.
I thought the fallout was between him and the club. Honestly,
Yeah.
apparently he said he thought Strasbourg was a German club,
Yes.
so he got
Oh
suspended.
yeah, oh
Yeah,
yes,
which
Yeah,
I
was two
remember
years
that.
ago. He said that when he joined. Yeah, like he didn't
when he
realize he was
joined.
just being an honest kid. I mean, it was a bit silly for the club suspending him for that. But yeah, it's in there apparently in their code of whatever in their contracts, and they can't. So yeah, look, it is what it is. I don't think it's nothing serious. It's just something that the club had to be proud of and just stick to to that tradition of saying you can't say that. So. And I don't blame Omega either, because I think if you ask pretty much any Australian here, or if you Strasbourg, they'll be like, "Is that in Germany?" It is a German name. They won't know.
Yes.
People will
Sounds
not know.
German.
It's a very German name. It's on the border basically, anyway, so it's right there. But yeah, look, it's. I think it's for that more than anything. To be honest, I don't think it's with Rosenior. And even if they did have something, I think there's not one striker in the world that hasn't had an argument with his coach
Mm.
about something. Strikers always about something. Yes.
Yeah, big up to Chelsea Sessions. It says hello Dante, and it says
Ty.
hello. Big up Charles. So big up Ty,
Big up,
guys.
bro.
If you are watching, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. So yeah, go ahead, Charles.
I know. I was just saying big up to the guy who said big up to me. I was just greeting the guy.
Do you know the guy, right?
No, I don't.
You do, but anyway, this the lad. I know you know him. Maybe it's because the name is Chelsea Sessions, so that's why.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyway, this is the starting structure of Liam Rosenior. Like for example, at Chelsea, but we're going to see something like this, right? Rhys James and Pedro Neto being here, and I think Liam Delap will benefit for a under
Oh
Liam
yeah.
Rosenior.
He would. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we need for that system. We need a striker who's more traditional. So I think Delap will bench Pedro.
Yeah, but what is going to be interesting is that
And Pedro can drop to that 10 position as well, very well. So you've got a pretty good, if you have the lap there, João Pedro is one of the 10s, because he's a very good inside
Yes.
forward. That's his position.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's I think that's
Yeah.
pretty physical, tall. That gives us a bit of an edge there in the Premier League. I'm talking about more than anything. So yeah, having those on the pitch in that triangle there, yeah, that's pretty good. It fixes a bit of our physicality in that area. If you have João Pedro as a 10 next to Palmer, protects Palmer a bit more as well. Delap and him would protect Palmer a bit more that way as well.
100%.
I hope he improves it. I hope he improves his link up and hold up play, because it's been rubbish in the last few games. Have you noticed that, guys? He
Palmer,
basically
Palmer.
can't hold on to the ball.
Yeah, he's not been good.
I mean Joao Pedro.
The thing with João Pedro, I think is a good player, but sometimes he's overdoing things. So he needs more coaching. You need to avoid these certain things so that we can play very well. That's the issue with him. But in terms as a player, I think he's a good player.
He's a very good player. I think, and he'll work even as a striker. He still work because he's not small. The João Pedro, he's quite tall. Let's not forget, and he plays physical. He's not physical, but he plays physical because that's just he's got that in him. The way he's can play a bit dirty, as you know. So, yeah, they'll both be fine. I think they're both good. Esteval, yeah, will work in that 10 inside forward as well. So we've got players that can do these positions, no problem. Technical players,
Yeah,
a bit of physicality with the lap and Pedro as well. So I think we're good. Yeah, we've a Mega coming in as well. That'll come another big guy that will come in that knows the system very well as well. Well, you've got three options there then to sort of rotate and play around with. And yeah, I think we'll go next season. We'll probably will go for another attacking type player, but it will all depend how obviously how they work in the system and what happens, how well they play. Esteval,
yeah.
how they
We've
I
got
perform.
we've got Giovanni Quenda coming in the summer
Quenda's good too.
from
So he's one that can play inside forward, no problem. He's got a lot of creativity, which you need in that position. So he's one that can do that. That's got the acceleration, the power, the strength as well. So yeah, he's another one that comes in there straight away. So I think it's only if the Lap and João Pedro don't work as a striker, they don't not as good enough, then I think the club might look to maybe add another attacking in that phase, another player there maybe. But I think they'll be fine in the system, to be honest.
yeah,
yeah
just an go ahead, bro.
yeah I think even Gittens can grow into that role, can develop into a good forward. He just needs to polish up some parts of his game, but he's got good fundamentals. Beats his man just a
Yeah,
bit
he's got the
more.
technical ability to do it. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I think we'll be good. I think we'll be
Yeah,
good. We
but
shouldn't sign players for the sake of it. Yeah, I think we shouldn't add to the squad for the sake of it. At the end of the day, we also have to believe on. We have to believe in the investments that we've made. Give players the opportunity to grow in the squad. They are young players. You know, players like Andre Santos, they can grow. They can become better. I've seen us getting linked to signing other midfielders, but we have Andre Santos as well, who with more opportunities can get better and better. So let's not sign for the sake of it. We look at Aston Villa. They basically didn't sign anyone last summer. They just added a few players on loan, but they kept majority of their squad intact, and they've been better for it. So it's not about chopping and changing for the sake of it. And the project demands that we let players grow, because we signed them young. So we let them grow. We continue to give them opportunities. We believe in them, and see where that gets us.
yeah, but at the same time, for example, I think the players like Gittings, Garnacho might struggle in this system unless maybe Liam Rosenior have something in mind that we don't know yet. Maybe he might play similar to Enzo
Garnacho,
Maresca, but say again.
the issue with Garnacho is that he can't beat his man. I think in front of goal he's better than Gittens. He's more mature, makes better decisions. I think he strikes the ball well, but he can't beat his man. That's why I think he might struggle, because in that role, we are facing a lot of low blocks in the Premier League. So in that role, you should be able to beat your man, at least beat your man. Create some space, create some separation to get the shot away. And Garnacho doesn't seem to be able to do that. He's always. I
Well, he
think
does. He
Garnacho
does
will
beat his man
struggle.
with pace and speed and positioning. He does do it, but you're talking about dribbling, technical ability. Like Gittins can beat his man, by
Yeah.
dribbling. So there is a difference but he can beat his man Garnacho. I think we've seen that many times. He's beaten his man and got the cross in really good crosses across. We just didn't have anyone finishing it off properly. So, but he can beat his man, but with speed. He's a touchline winger, direct winger, very different from Gittins.
True.
Yeah,
I agree, Dante.
100%. And also with Rhys James, do you think Rhys James will play more as a wing back or Malo Gusto? Because that's another interesting thing. Rhys James' fitness issues. That's why Enzo Maresca never wanted him to overlap and everything. So, do you think Rhys James will most likely play maybe three centre backs, roll at the back, or more as a wing back? Because it's going to be very interesting that the use of Rhys James at Chelsea and Liam Rosenior. What are your thoughts, guys?
Go on, Charles.
Yeah, if we are using a back three with wing backs, I would actually put James at right centre back. The way Tuko used him, that's where I would play him. I think our defense needs someone like Chris, someone who's strong, 1v1, someone who's very good in the build up, ball playing CB. I think most of our CBs are not technically built for ball playing systems. So Rich James, if he got added to a back three, I think he adds that security on the ball. He's physical. He can protect the ball, pick out a good pass. So I think I would use James at right center back and Gusto at wing back, at right wing back. Yeah, that's what I think. I would give Andre more opportunities in midfield. See how Lavia recovers, and yeah, Enzo as well in that midfield. But as for Rhys James, let me since the question is just about Rhys James, I would use him in a back three, and have Gusto, pushing up, putting crosses into the box and all.
What about you, Dante?
Yeah, look, a little bit different. I think he's fit enough now. He's been over a year, whatever it's been. His fitness is
Yeah.
there. I think he needs to get back to that position because Tuchel will use him there anyway, most when he plays for England. So I think put him back there. Him and Gusto can rotate in that position, no problem. He doesn't need to play full games. You just manage him as in plays. You know, he can start games, but he can come off a bit earlier than usual. Come off 60 minutes, 70 minutes. Don't full 90s, etc. So I think him and Gusto should play there and rotate in that position. I think some games, maybe like Charles said, some games he can match up where he can play as a right centre back. I think that's also an option as well. But I would like to see him now. I think those injuries are behind him. And to be honest, if he's not even ready now I think you got to trust him now and believe in him. He's over those injuries, and you got to risk it and play him there because that's where he still has his strongest. I still would prefer him there instead of central midfield. So because we've got too many I think we've got better options in that central midfield than James. When you can play, Enzo Fernandez, Santos, Caicedo, Lavia when he comes back. I would choose them over him. Yeah. So in this system, definitely I want to see him on that right hand side, and really, you're still involved with the midfield because Rosenior, you're not fully all game going up and down like crazy. He does like to slow it down in possession, etc. So he will be involved. He won't be as crazy as like Tuchel or Pochettino, etc. So yeah, I think he needs to go back there, and I think people need to get rid of this injury thing. He's in his prime. He's proved now that he's fit. Now, if you go there and you get injured again, well, it is what it is. I think the club have put everything into him, and everyone's putting everything to him, giving him time. If he goes back there and gets injured again, and this, that type of injury again, well, then it is what it is. You might need to have to look, to then after that. But I would put him in that position. I think it's time for him to go back to that position, especially with this new coach. I think he will be very, very utilized very well there. especially when we go, more against teams that we want to break down, etc. Gusto can play some of the games where you want to be a bit more defensive. He can come see out games because he's going to be way more defensive, not offensive, Gusto. So I think that is a good 1-2 combo there to have. I think it's a great problem to have for a senior, but I do expect James to play there now. I think those injury concerns, they should be behind him now. It's been over a year now. He's played 3 games in a row. I think he should go back to that position, definitely, 100%. We will get the best Reece James in that position.
100%, I agree
in my
with you.
opinion, of course. We'll see what
Yeah,
Rosenior does, but that's in my opinion, yeah.
yeah, like one thing I don't like, I didn't like about Enzo Maresca, even it was working sometimes, right? As much as I like Rhys James, I didn't want him to play as a midfielder because we already have Andre Santos who was there. So we should have trusted Santos a lot. But again, Rhys James was doing very well as a midfielder. So,
Yeah, and I
but
think to give him a bit of slack, I think the injuries didn't help.
yeah,
Sugo, the suspension to Caicedo, 3 games. What's his name? Finger got injured as well.
Sugo
So
in Lavia.
yeah, and Lavia got injured because Lavia would be playing a lot if under Maresca if he was fit. So I think it was a bit of a necessity as well. But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I think he can work some games, but a lot of games it didn't work either because he's just depends on the matchup. But I really want to see him back to that position. To be honest, I think, like I said, under Rosenior, it's not always 100 kilometers an hour up and down ping pong. He likes to have possession as well and slow it down and then attack quicker. But it's not going to be basketball. I don't think. I mean, you guys, we've seen him. It's not full on like Pochettino, for example, up down, up down, up down. It's not going to be like that.
100%.
It's more controlled, a bit more controlled possession when we have it. And that's why we did say, even though they're wing backs, those 2 positions, they kind of are more than wing backs. They're more really midfielders, to be honest, than wing backs, than traditional wing backs. I think they're more like a left midfielder and a right midfielder than an actual wing back because the way Rosenior utilizes them.
Yeah, 100%. And also, I think Rhys James playing as a right midfielder, right wing
Yeah.
back, I think it suits him very well because we also saw him under Thomas Tuchel. He was so good, even though the injuries really messed him. But again, under Thomas Tuchel, him and Ben Chilwell were so good because of their crossing abilities. So I think Rhys James, he might suit the Liam Rosenior role. And then if you want to make some rotation, I think he can play Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto also is good at crossing as well. So I think that is a good combination. So I don't want Rhys James playing as a midfielder.
And you've got, if you have Delap and João Pedro, they're very good in the air, both of them. So you've got players you can actually get that ball to in the air, on the floor, on the air, whatever. But they're going to challenge. They're going to go for every ball. They have no fear. They're not those type of guys that don't go into any challenge. They just put their head wherever. So they're both. You got 2 players when you can get those crosses into. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So, but again, the only issue that we have at the moment, we don't know how Gittings and Garnacho will fit into this system. But it will remain to be seen what is going to happen. So do you have something in mind?
They can play there. They can still play there. Well, I mean, they've played there, like I said, at Dortmund. Gittins did play that in that position, but he kind of went. That's when he kind of fell off a little bit because they went to that system and he didn't suit him as much, and they cashed in on him because they sold him. So, Garnacho the same under Ten Hag. He was working under Amorim, similar to what Rosenior does. It's more of an inside forward. He didn't have that much, impact in that inside forward as he did on the sideline. So they can still play there. They can still learn the position. Let's not forget they're both very young, so they can still do it. I mean, that is still a big question mark if they can do it. I have seen them do it from Man United and Borussia Dortmund in that 10 position, inside forward position, but nowhere near as good as obviously the rest. So on the touchline, so when there's more space. So look, they got the quality there, but we'll see what happens. I mean, it's not the end of the world. We didn't pay that much for Garnacho. If you really want and it doesn't fit in, you're going to sell him and you're not going to lose money on him. Gittins, you know, you can give him a bit more time because he is younger, you know, so you can maybe give him another year or two. So, uh, you know, it's not the end of the world with those players, to be honest. I think Gittins probably more suited a bit more than Garnacho, but they're still good players. You can still play them. They're still, you know, they still can do the job. Obviously, not at the highest level we want, probably, but you never know. They might, like I said, we said Rosenior might tweak it a little bit to be a bit more wide than in forward. So it just depends. Yeah, the setup as well is very important. We can't say much till we see it, but yeah, those two are probably the question marks. Even Pedro Neto, to be honest, is a question mark a little bit because of it. He's my other one because he's a direct winger as well. He's more of a power direct winger, runs hard, you know, can get past his man just like Garnacho with speed and strength and, you know, acceleration, etc., with body feints and movements, but not really as technical to dribble his past players that, you know, that technically. So here's another one that might struggle in it a little bit, but, you know, we'll have to wait and see those wingers what they can do. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
how they fit in.
Yeah, I think from what I did here on the tactical board, I think Gittins might do this role, right? Because it's a natural winger, just like Neto, right? So I think Gittins playing this role because of his dribbling abilities, just like Morera at Strasbourg. If every time they play someone here, they struggles. But with Morera, I think it's benefit Strasbourg a lot. So in terms of Neto and Gittins, I think they are more suitable to play this role. And Garnacho, I think he might play maybe as an inside 10 because he can score goals, but again, his problem is that he can't beat his man. But here, he can score goals and create. So, what are
Create
your thoughts
space,
about
yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah, create space.
movement. He moves a lot, which is good. He creates very good space and he goes into good spaces. It's just like you said, that part. So I've seen him do it for Man United. I mean, he didn't have that bad season. He still had a pretty good GA under Amorim, even though he didn't play that much in that under him at the end there. But he still had pretty good GA from that position. So look, he can do it definitely. But like, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with those two.
Yeah, 100%. So big up Babas, says big up Tebran Dante,
Big up,
says
Abbas.
big up Chelsea session. What's buzzing? And it says big up Jay. Babas is a funny guy, man.
Yep.
But yeah, so I see this happening. Neto most playing this role. Chelsea fans, Neto, by the way, against Manchester City. Oh my gosh, I don't want to talk about it. Neto, oh man, this guy, what I'm doing.
Yeah, look, he's one of those that when he's forced to run a lot and cover, it's then hard for him
Ground.
to like, as in, you know, he puts so much effort into running and even coming back and tracking back. When he gets on the ball and he has to actually take his man on, and sometimes he struggles because he's out of breath as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very tired all the time. So that's why I said he's one of those wingers as well that could be a little bit in trouble because of that. But we did see on the weekend when he switched to that left wing back role, he did pretty well there because he's got the defensive nous where he can play back and go forward and come back. So he can do that position in a more of an attacking sense, but also defensively he can cover that zone pretty well. Gittins not defensively, no, not even close. Garnacho again, he'll run back, he'll make the effort, but it's then
But
actually putting a tackle in or, you know, doing the defensive act, then that's missing as well from him. So yeah, interesting. We'll wait and see what happens. But yeah, I think Neto for now, maybe, yeah, he would be that choice for now in that if he wants to play a bit more attacking, a left wing, sort of wing back, left midfielder in that role, yeah.
Yeah, my issue with Garnacho, just check those goals you considered against Bournemouth. He was part of the problem. Him and our centre backs,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. Yep.
that's the issue. Like sometimes as a player, you need to take responsibility. You need to always mark your man. You can't be left alone in that situation.
See, the
It
problem is
was
they had a zonal setup, so that is not marking a man. So that is a bit of coaching, and also I think just not being aware or switched on the players in that instance. So I don't blame Garnacho too much. I mean, that's not his job. He's not a defender. He's always an attacker. He's not gonna be that good. I blame the
yeah.
defenders more in that situation because they have to take control. Even if he's not in position where he should be, you have to tell him that, which that wasn't existent. There was no one talking to him.
100%.
Uh, in situations like that, I think everyone needs to contribute on set pieces because, Ganacho might not be a defender, but, opposition players have defenders pushing up as well, trying to score goals. So it becomes a team effort on set pieces where everyone needs to contribute. And I think he should have done more for those goals that we conceded, where he was just not aware, where he was just in no man's land, like he's not aware of what's happening around him. I think he should have done more, but yeah.
It's not his game. It's not his game, and that's why it was a zonal setup as well, which doesn't help players like that at all. To be honest, in my opinion, it
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
help those players.
man to man is better on set pieces. You just stay tight to your man and try to win the ball.
Because players like that then just won't move, basically. So, and you can't blame them because they're not defenders at all. So they don't have that instinct. And that's why I said, it is a little bit, but not really. You have to have the whole structure properly there set up for that to be effective. And I don't think it was very well set up. And the defenders, they didn't help themselves either because they were doing the same and not even, directing or moving someone and getting him into place if they're not into place. So it's a bit more of an issue there. Yeah, but I wouldn't blame Garnacho too much in my opinion.
Center back is a huge, huge problem for us because I don't think we have a single center back who's dominant in the air. We, they are all just average in the air. So I
Yes, that
think
is a
we
big
should.
problem, Charles. I agree,
Yeah.
and that's yeah.
That's why I always complain about our centre backs, and then it seems like Enzo Maresca is going to be blamed every situation that our centre backs are doing mistakes. So that's why I'm annoyed. But again, hopefully in the summer we sort out our centre back issues. As much as I want maybe another taker, I think centre backs are a priority for Chelsea at the end of the
Well,
Yeah.
season.
we've got two coming
Another
in that
pro-
will come. So we've got Sarr that will come in, and we know Rosenior how much he played him and how much he trusts him. And he's
Mm,
pretty big, Sarr. He's tall, very tall. Probably not the strongest because still young, but he's very tall. So he was pretty good in the air at Strasbourg. He wasn't too bad. Anselmino is very good in the air. He's very tall, quite strong as well. I like where he is now, what he's learning from there. I think that's going to benefit him quite a lot. And
mm,
if it doesn't come, doesn't come. But those two
uh,
can help, but I think we need a restructure at the back. I think we need a restructure. I think a couple of the players need to go. Probably like Disasi, obviously is going. I think Barry Shields' time could be up as well.
but
I think we've seen it.
yeah,
I think we've just seen enough. Maybe I think
mm.
it's time to move on. This his third year, no real improvement. It's pretty much the same, maybe a little bit backwards. So there's no point in players like that. You need to upgrade that position. I think him, Badashil, Disasi, even Shalaba for me. I know people don't like it, but I think we need to move Shalaba on. I don't mind him staying as a squad player, but will he want to stay as a squad player? That's a different thing. But starting, I really think we need someone else in there to start with Colwell. Fofana's good, but again, depends on position, how you play him. We still need one
And
more physical guy in there that can, really win those balls and play, really good with his feet as well. So yeah, we need one player there. We need to clear some out, definitely.
100%. My boss says, quite.
And I know what you said, Tobago, that for Maresca, but you saw what came out in the article. Maresca did not want to move any of those other defenders on. We needed to sell. We needed to move some defenders on. Maresca did not want to do that. They told
Also,
Maresca he can. They told Maresca he can get a centre back if we choose to move one or two centre backs. And Maresca said no, I want to keep those as well and add. So did you see that the recent?
no, I didn't see that at all.
Yes. So I'm not sure if you saw it.
But it doesn't make sense, right? For me personally, if he wants a new centre back, he can move those on because it cost them for
no, because we needed to sell to bring one in. We did because the UEFA
yeah,
restrictions, etc. Yeah, we did need to move one on, but he didn't
yeah.
He said he didn't give the go ahead for that.
That's why it doesn't make sense. If you you want a new centre back, but it doesn't want another one to be so that you can create space. It all doesn't make sense. But again, anyway, man, let's forget about Enzo Maresca. The ship is sailed. Now we
No,
are
he's gone, but
under
it is important. I'm just saying what came out in the report. Simon Phillips did the club. This was the club. The directors, they sat down and talked about this. Go read it. Maybe. Yeah.
I don't believe they are PR, right?
This is not PR. This is everything they said. There's what I've always said. I don't think it's PR. This is they actually sat down. Simon Phillips hates the owners.
Yeah,
Those reporters hate the owners and they hate the model, but they sat down and did the interview. So this is coming directly from them, from the sporting directors. So I mean, what PR is it? Yeah, they'll say some things, but I mean, they were asked the question, they answered the question. That is not PR for me. That's they answered the question why. Some of the questions why. So I mean, you can believe it, you may not choose to, but that's what they said. So we've only got that to go on.
Okay, guys, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. My past says ESPN Panthers only know how to criticize clubs. Panthers like Shaka, Frank Lebo, Craig Bendy, former Chelsea player and Scotland international, Dan Hutchinson. I don't care about them. That's why I don't normally watch ESPN because
I don't watch them anymore at all. Yeah, I used to years ago, but nah, I don't watch those guys anymore at all. There's no point. Yeah.
They used to hate Thomas Tuchel after winning the Champions League, so that's why I said no. I should stop watching them. But anyway,
they don't support the club in anything. They don't support the club. They're supposed to protect the club a bit. Ex-player and two ex-players there, and all they do is pile the pressure on and make it even worse. So I don't follow guys like that. I don't know. It's not very well balanced. It's not objective at all. It's to me there's a bit of resentment or hate in there in a little bit if it goes on for that long, for a long period of time, and there's no proper argument. It's just the same crap every time. Well, then there's a little agenda there, which there's no point watching it anymore.
Exactly. So now let's talk about this, and then I think we should talk about the Fulham game that we're playing tonight. So according to Ben Jacobs, Chelsea want a new midfielder. With Northern Forest, Elliot Anderson is one of the names on the list. And also, I think we're still linked to the Crystal Palace midfielder Wharton, and also the Azar, something like that in Dutch league. So if Chelsea want to buy midfielder in the summer, which one, Dante, do you want that can suit how we play?
Yeah, I don't really want any midfielder, to be honest. I think we're fine in that position, especially now with Rosenior coming in. The way he plays with those two central midfielders, I mean, I think we've got more than enough in that position, to be honest. Now, if there's, if they know that someone might be leaving next year or something because of certain things, well, that maybe can change it a bit. But as far as now, I would not change any of those midfielders. I think they're well suited. Enzo Fernandez can play that role, effective, can crash the box. He can even play in that 10 position, a bit up more forward, Enzo Fernandez. So
Yeah,
look, Lavia's coming back. He's gonna come back now in January. Not sure when exactly, but he's due back in January now. So by the end of January, he should be playing football again. So yeah, look, I don't know. It just depends. I think that these are the players of the moment. There's the player that are, they're performing, but you got Elliot Anderson on the good central midfielder, strong, not too bad technically, but not for the price. And what he would command, you're really going to shake things up if you sign someone like that. I don't see us paying 100 million for Elliot Anderson, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I want a major fielder if you're selling one.
We have too many now because we're basically going to play with two only now, mostly those two central midfielders. Yeah. So we've got, like I said, we've got enough. We've got six basically. So, I mean, that's three deep. So you don't need more than that. Definitely not. You don't need more than that. Caicedo can do the physical stuff, can win the ball back. Enzo can be the creator. Santos can do a bit of both, create
Mm.
and defend. Lavia, we know how press resistant he is, how good he's on the ball and, passing the ball and distributing. Esugo, destroyer. We haven't seen much of him, unfortunately, but I think, because he wasn't fit, but he can play that role as well, come in and see a game out, be a bit more physical, defensive. So that's, five already there, that strong candidates for that position. Unless one or maybe two of those move, there is no point in signing this guy or Wharton or whoever, because we've got too many there. They won't get enough game time, not even close. With two only, because we're going to play with those two only in the central midfield area.
100%. And also, it's going to be very interesting how Liam Rosenior uses Enzo Fernandez, because we all liked him as a deep play midfielder, but again, Pochettino and Enzo Maresca mostly saw him as a number 10 slash 8, but again, as a deep playmaker with those wing banks playing on the side, I think Enzo will be very good. But again, the only issue they had with him is his defensive attributes. But again, now he's learning that role, and it's been good. Even against Manchester City, he won most of his duels. So I think he can work very well as a deep play
He's
midfielder.
versatile. Yeah, you can play him deep. You can play him that roaming central midfielder that Rosina likes, and then you can play him in the 10 as well. He can play in that 10 next to Palmer. A bit of extra, another sort of more technical midfielder in there, as well. And he can drop a little bit deeper when out of possession. So I think you got options to play him in the central midfield and in the 10 position. I think he's too valuable to not be playing. In my opinion, he's too important the way we play, especially when you want to, like Rosina likes to move the ball. How he likes to move the ball quicker when an attacking phase from those areas. You need an Enzo Fernandez there. He's the one that's going to do that most.
100%. So Charles, do you think Chelsea need a midfielder?
definitely not. Definitely not. And for the price of maybe Wharton would be for a more reasonable price. I've been hearing stuff like 65 million would be would be enough, but that's only if we are selling a midfielder, because we have very good midfielders. I think if everyone is fit, our options are among the best midfield profiles in Europe. We have everything. We have
Yep.
uh, we
Yep.
have uh, we have everything. We have uh, players that can move the ball quickly. They are like Enzo. We have physical duo winning monsters like Caicedo and Esugo. We have players that can play a little bit of that can do everything like Santos. Santos can do it. He seems like he can do it all from that midfield. He can move the ball. He can. I haven't seen him carry much, but I think I actually think carrying is the profile that we are missing in midfield most of all. A midfielder who can carry like a Loftus Cheek. I think that's the only profile that we don't have. but our midfield options, they are very, very solid. And if everyone is fit, we should not be looking to add another midfielder, especially one that's costing 100 million, because when you are doing that, the player needs to be a needle mover. And I don't think Wharton and Anderson, considering the players that we have already, would be needle movers. I don't think so. So I'd rather the money is spent elsewhere, especially centre back. But yeah, I think we have very good options, very good options. And on Enzo Fernandez, we absolutely need him. We absolutely need him to be playing, because for Rosenior system, for any position of play system, you need a player like that. Very good technically, very good passer of the ball. He can do all kinds of passes, and most importantly, is a box crashing midfielder now. Gets a lot of goals,
Did we lose him?
Yep,
in
we
the
lost him.
Premier
No,
League.
no, he's back.
Yeah, so I think we need Enzo Fernandez playing. I don't know, and Caicedo, obviously. I think those are our best players to start with in midfield. Then Lavia
No,
and
we
Santos,
haven't even
can
mentioned
come in.
Lavia yet, Charles.
Yeah, who's very, very good, very, very good on the ball. Actually, he's a bit like Enzo with more physicality.
I think he'll be perfect for a Rossini system, that central midfielder that sits and that distributes and that's got a bit of physicality and that can beat the press. Well, that's Lavia in a nutshell for Rosenior, I think.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. So that's it. I think we are good in midfield, and we should, like I said, we shouldn't spend for the sake of it. When we have players that we can recover from their injuries, and players that we can develop, like Andre Santos, who's got really good fundamentals already. So yeah, I think we're good.
100%. So let's move to the tonight's game against Fulham. So the stat says Chelsea have won 6 of their last 7 Premier League games against Fulham at Craven Cottage, with the exception being 2-1 defeat there in January 2023. And then also it says Enzo is looking to score in his third consecutive Premier League matches for the first time. Wow, I don't know about that. Okay. And then this one says Fulham boss Marco Silva has faced a different manager in all 4 of his home Premier League games against Chelsea. Mauricio Sarri, Graham Potter, Mauricio Pochettino, Enzo Maresca. It will extend to 5th with Callum McFarlane. That's a
Yeah. He's actually been there for a little bit, surprisingly. Yeah, Silva.
Ty is seeing ads on the stream is making me smile and cry. Yeah, man. But anyway, Dante, what are your thoughts about this game? Do you think we stand a chance to win this game?
Yeah, of course we stand the chance to win. We're good enough. We've got the players. Yeah, we saw that against Man City. Very cautious that first half. I think on purpose we were quite cautious that first half. We sat back, really absorbed the pressure. When we changed it up at halftime, and we did change into a Rosenior setup, basically. Yeah, look, we on the front foot, dominated, pressed them high, played very, very well. Really probably could have won the game, to be honest, as well. So, yeah, look, it's exactly what I expected against Man City. I knew we were going to probably do that. Going to go very cautious that first half and see how the game goes. Usually the coaches that come in, that's what they usually do. A lot of the caretaker coaches like that. So I think you will see this game a bit different. You're going to see a more. I think you will see. I guarantee you'll see Rosenior's setup in this game. So even he's not there, you will see that the formation and the setup. And so look, I think we usually do pretty well against them. We match up not bad against them. Create chances. They're not that strong. They can surprise, but we've always been pretty good against them. Against Silva, we score goals. So I expect us to, it is a derby, but not really a derby. Like it's not that heated or passionate, really. To be honest, it's not how it should be. Being literally 5 minutes apart, it's not how it should be. So yeah, look, I think we're good. I think we're pretty good. I think we should win, and we'll get a good test to see this formation from the start. I think tonight, and I think the players will do pretty well, in my opinion. I think they'll enjoy it. They looked like they've enjoyed it that second half against Man City. You saw that they enjoyed having the possession and being on the front foot. You saw that they didn't enjoy sitting back and not having possession. So yes, I'm pretty close to 100% that we will be on the front foot of this game, and that we'll see that setup from the start.
Yeah, I agree with you. Before I go to Charles, Ty says Fulham hasn't been in the Premier League for 2 years, though. Really? I'm not sure. I think they've been here for 4 years or something like that. I'm not sure. And then it says Lavia. I can't remember as well. It says Jay says Lavia cannot be trusted. We cannot risk to plan another season with him. We need Watton or Anderson in the summer. Okay, that's your opinion. But again, if the club sells Lavia, then we can add another midfielder. But for now, I'm not sure they're going to sell Lavia.
We're not going to pay 100 million for a midfielder to come in like Anderson, and he's not starting. That's not going to happen. He won't come. First of all, he won't come, and he's not starting over Enzo or Caicedo for me. So, probably Enzo Fernandez has to leave for us to sign him and come. That is the only way. I don't see no other way, to be honest. With Lavia there as well, and he's still young. A little bit of injury issues, but he's still young, so he can get over that very quickly. He can play a lot from going forward. So I would actually, even the way Lavia plays, I would choose probably Lavia over those two at the moment. The way when you see Lavia play, I like the way he plays. I think he suits it more, to be honest. So
yeah.
Charles, are you still there? For that price and that.
Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Dante.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Like I said, for that price, there's no Elliot Anderson coming to Chelsea with those midfielders there. There's no chance he's coming because he's not starting over those players.
And at the moment, he's a starter at Northern Forest, so yeah.
He won't accept bench duty elsewhere.
Well, no, because he's in the England squad too. If he goes and he's not playing, well, not going to help him at all, to be honest. And you don't buy a 100 mil player to put him on the bench.
Yeah, I agree with you. So anyway, this is my lineup against Fulham, because they said the coach said the interim coach, he said Sanchez and Wesley Fofana, I think they are okay right now. So I don't know where can you change Charles there with my predicted lineup. Do you think we need to change anything there?
Kukurea, Chaloba, Fofana, James. What are your forwards? Esteval, Palmer, Garnacho, Delap, then Enzo and Caicedo. I don't know. Is Fofana good to go? I don't know, but if he wasn't, I would.
Fofana, It was an illness, so I think Fofana was not injured. He was ill, so I think it's good to go.
Okay. Yeah, I think Pedro Neto and JP were bad against City. Pedro Neto was really bad. So I think I think I support your decision to drop them. Palmer was bad too. I mean, everything he was trying was failing, and he
Yeah.
lost a lot of balls. So, but yeah, I would play Esteval for Neto. I would play
You guys
Della.
don't think they're going to go to Rosenior's style of play? You don't think they're going to go with the three at the back?
Mm,
No, I'm not sure.
I do. I think, like I said earlier, Rosenior's already there already in a way. He's just gone back but he's why did we change at halftime that formation against City? We've never done that like that. So I think that's a sign that they're gonna play this from the start that way. I don't see I don't see them playing the same way that Maresca did.
but Dante, if you look at this one, it's still a back three in a way with Fofana, Chaloba, and Kukurea back three. Then James in midfield alongside Caicedo. Then Enzo probably in the
Yeah. I know what you
left
mean.
half.
I know that. I know that, but that's Maresca's system.
It is. Are we going to change it tonight? I don't think so. I don't
Well,
think
we did
so.
at Man
But
City.
we did in the second half. But
Exactly. Yes.
we
And how
did in
did
the
we do?
second half.
And how did
Okay,
we do
let's
in
see
the
how
second
it
half?
looks. Let's look. Let's try to tweak this one into that one into
I
your
just don't think it was a
into
coincidence us switching that at halftime. That is not a coincidence for me. First of all, McFarlane doesn't play that in the academy that way, so it's not a coincidence. That was planned, in my opinion. So I can see us starting from now on. We'll be playing that way, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, but I think that's the way. That was a big clue for me that is going to happen because we've never played that formation before. That was the first time. And is it a coincidence Rosenior plays that? Well, they already knew that he's coming in then by then already. So I think that was just like I said, and McFarlane, he doesn't play that in the under 21. He doesn't play that system. So yeah, for me, that was a joint decision to do that.
I don't agree. I don't agree, and I think McFarlane will go with a system that's more Maresca's, like he started in the first half at Man City. I don't see him going with Rosinha's style and playing players like Pedro Neto at wing back, James at wing back. No, I don't think he's gonna do that. And
Well, it doesn't need to be those players. It can be other player. But I'm just saying, yeah, Cucurella will probably play that. I think he's suited to that wing back role pretty well, to be honest. Uh, Going up and down, he's got the energy, can get forward, can get back, no problem. And that gives you more
so
defensive stability to place another center back at the back as well.
but yeah, most likely Badiashile. Um, oh,
Yeah.
Badiashile,
But
Hato, but do we see
Yeah,
Hato
we
playing in
we
this?
got options. He's got options. Even Tossen's an
Yeah.
option.
No, not that one.
uh,
Yeah,
Ty,
it's an option, but he shouldn't be anywhere near this game.
yeah, Ty says one thing to remember is that the under 23 ETC team usually try to play the same formation as the first team so that any potential call up players will have
Yes.
an easier transaction to the first team. I agree with that.
But that's why I say McFarlane did not do that in that second half. Why did he change to a formation that that doesn't play in the youth? and Rosenior's coming in and he plays that formation. So to me, that was a bit of a joint decision, in my personal opinion, with the sporting directors, and that was the plan, to do that in the second half and start, let's go for it, let's transition slowly. So to me, it makes sense, and I've seen it before when I played. I've seen this exact scenario. It happened. That's why I'm saying it, because I've seen it happen before. I think they're going to move forward with that. I don't think they're going to stick to Maresca anymore. I think that's gone. I think that was the last time you've seen it, in my personal opinion. Anything from Maresca, that is the last time you saw it, that first half.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. The Enzo Maresca approach is gone because we didn't even play with the players invading in the midfield. But my only issue with that game in the first half, right? Esteva and Kolpama, it seems like they were playing in the same space, and then they're always overcrowded. Every time they get a ball, they lose the ball. That's the issue I was having in the first half. But in the second half, as soon as that we made that change, oh my gosh, we looked much better. And Lem Tilep, oh my gosh, he was so good. My only issue, yellow card. That's the issue I'm having with him. Why did
That was
he
a good
get...
yellow card to get. That wasn't a bad yellow card.
No. I
I
don't
like
like
that
that
yellow card.
Charles,
For
do you agree? Yeah, for the lab.
No, it was a stupid yellow card. He already lost the ball. He already
Yeah.
lost the ball to Kusano. But the ball went out of play. There's no need to push the guy against the advertising
Exactly.
boards. Come on.
Depends how you look at it. That changed a bit the game when that happened. That changed a little bit. Everyone got fired up. The Chelsea players got fired up, and that,
it was
trust me,
frustration.
I think that was important. Claim a bit of physicality, get into them a little bit. It was too comfortable for them earlier on in the first half.
Yeah.
We did nothing. We sat back. So I think for me, I like those yellow cards. It's only second yellow card. It's not like he's got a risk or anything. So I liked it, and I think that helped change the game a little bit. It asserted our physicality, and a bit, Enzo got involved physically with them as well. So everyone ran across and got together and got really involved. So, and after that, most of the game after that, we're on them. So I think that, to me, those yellow cards, I don't mind when you wake up everyone like that and you insert a bit of physicality and a bit of authority over the game. I don't mind that one bit, to be honest.
Okay.
But it was needless. It was needless.
If you're arguing, the way he's been getting yellow cards is arguing with the referee. Now that is needless. That is very needless. That has no impact.
Pushing a guy against the advertising board who's just beat you to a ball, that's also needless, Dante. Like, it's just fueling.
Like I said, depends how you look at it, Charles. I look at it very differently, and depends what type of player you were and how you play and who you play with. I saw that. Did you see Enzo running across and protecting him and the other players? And then after that, how fired up they were after that?
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, so I think, even though you might not see it or think it's true, but I think that had a little bit of an impact, even from the Man City players as well. They got frustrated. They got annoyed. Donnarumma ran out of his goal. Finger, they were a bit shook from it, because sometimes you need a little bit of that. And I think that made a little bit of a difference. Now, you don't have to agree with me, but for the way I see it, that is the type of yellow cards I want him to get. Be the bad guy, get those yellow cards. If you're getting a yellow card at yelling at the referee and arguing, I don't want you around. That's stupid, needless yellow cards. If you're going to get one, do it by imposing your physicality, hurting the opposition, whatever way you want to look at it, getting them fired up, your teammates, or even getting the opposition frustrated, then you do it. And I think, like I said, from then on, we were pretty fired up, and we were all over them, and the tackles were harder, and we played much better from that. So I think that, really helped. And that made the lap better too. Didn't that make him play better after? How good was he?
It was excellent, but again, she stopped getting those yellow cards because he has more yellow cards than goals. That's the issue, Kante. So,
that's his only second yellow card in the Premier League, Tobago.
Second yellow card?
Yeah.
Okay, against Wolves was the
And how
cup
many
game.
Premier League goals?
He hasn't
0.
played. Come on, he hasn't really played that much, has
But
he? You got to be, he really hasn't played much at all, to be honest. He's just starting now to get going again. Hopefully, we'll see him play. I can't judge. I'm not going to judge the guy yet, where he's played like, hardly any games, and the ones he that has, he's only started at not even a handful of games. He's come on
Okay,
a
yeah,
substitute for most of those.
it
okay,
is
no
getting
problem.
him very, very unpopular with the fans. The fans want to see him score goals, get shots
Yeah, yeah,
off.
yeah.
They don't they don't want him getting into fights all the time. So, but
I
yeah, it
yeah.
depends on how you look at it. I
Depends how
wasn't
you look
happy
at it.
with
I
it.
can guarantee you, if he does that at Stamford Bridge, what do you think the crowd will do?
We love
They
it.
will love, probably love it.
Absolutely love it, and it gets the crowd going as well. Correct, 100%. And that was in front of the Chelsea away support that happened as well.
Yeah. So
No,
anyway,
it
big up.
was in front of the City support. They actually started singing Man City reject" at him. So
Yeah,
it
they did.
was
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
that's what I
but
mean. It
again,
got everyone involved. It gets the crowd going. Sometimes a little fire like that, I approve of fire like that. I don't approve fire when he's yelling at the referees and he's got nearly yellow cards like he has in the last few games when he came on. Yes, they weren't in the Premier League, but in the Premier League, that's only his second yellow card, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest.
okay, no problem. Anyway, big up my bro. Says I am so frustrated with our wingers this season. I agree with you. They need to do more than that. And then also says that this child says there is nothing wrong with that yellow card, but because he was getting cards before people have an issue. By the way, the City players pushed him first so well, so he stood his ground.
The City player did not push him. He went shoulder to shoulder, and he lost the ball. The City player did not push him, but yeah.
No, he didn't push
Yeah,
him. No, no.
yeah. And then my friend says they are one of the reasons Maresca got sacked. Well, man, let's forget about Maresca. I think our defense have been an issue. Even our attackers sometimes miss good chances. So it's football, man. Let's forget about Enzo Maresca. And this Dante, you are right. Kusanov is a weak-minded player, so the left did the right thing. Oh
And yeah,
man,
look,
and
it's a little bit dirty, but like I said, that's we kind of need that. We need a bit of that, in our team. So I don't mind it. You got to have one player like that does that, that can do that. So I don't mind him putting himself about those type of yellow cards. I don't mind because it unsettles the opposition.
mm, and then
Oh,
chances we are not shoulder to shoulder. Renders push him off his body. And then big up Steve says Johnny Mendes when asked clown leg out, will it go out?
huh?
No, oh man, no,
Get this guy
I'm
out of
not
here, man.
gonna.
Seriously.
I don't want to. I don't want to listen to Johnny Mendes. Says I just looked concerned of not Renders.
Yeah, that was
So
after. That was in the after the tackle. Reinders went at the lap a little bit, and then Enzo came across and got involved with all of them.
yeah,
So, yeah, now Reinders did get involved, but that's after that play. Yeah, he was one of the ones that got a yellow card as well. I think Reinders from it.
yeah. So guys, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. So Dandy, I think we're going to wrap it up soon. So you guys give me your score predictions for tonight's game. What is the score prediction, Dante and Charles after?
I'm gonna go. What did I put on the thing? I can't remember what I put. I'll go for a 3-1 win.
And Charles, what about you?
Uh, I think this is a 1-1 game. I think this is a 1-1 game. Yeah. I think, I'm gonna go to 1 Chelsea, but part of me also thinks we might not get the 3 points. But I'll go to one Chelsea.
I think we play much better playing away from home. So I'm going to give us a chance. I'm going to say 3-1 as well, because after the Manchester City performance, at least I had a little bit of hope that we can do very well. But like I said, we need to take advantage of the chances that we are going to create and score them. I don't want to see Neto missing that chance he missed against Manchester City. Even Cole Palmer had a good chance and he tried to hit it and he missed it. So I don't want to see that nonsense tonight, because we need some points. Look at the table. Let's just check the table
100%.
quick.
I think Palmer's very important, especially in this formation now. He's going to be very important going forward. And the one playing next to him, completing that triangle there. It's going to be very important. Estevao, if it's Estevao, Palmer, it could be Enzo Fernandez. It depends who, so... but Palmer is a very key player. If he gets a little bit of form back, we win most of these games pretty comfortably, to be honest. But he's been very bad the last few games. So he's wasted a lot of, ball, turned it over, has not looked very good at all. So we really need to get him going. He's still a key player. And especially now in this, if we're going to change to this formation, it puts a bit more spotlight on him as well. So he really needs to get going, to be honest. And if he does, like I said, even at 60-70% of Cole Palmer of before, well, that's enough to win these games.
Yeah, and then we need to start winning games, because if you don't win tonight and other teams win, we're going to be 8th or 9th. So look at the table from here to here, man. It's so close. So we need to start winning games. So I hope we start from tonight, and then Liam Rosenior can take over from what Callum McFarlane is doing. So hopefully we win tonight, man. I'm so tired with giving away so silly goals, sloppy goals, and we can't score goals ourselves. So anyway, Dante, anything you'd like to add before we wrap up?
No, all good. Good show. Good to have you back.
Yeah, good to be back. And tell us, what about you? Anything you'd like to add?
No, nothing. It's been a great show.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, Dante. Thank you for coming in. Charles, we are Ty, we are Jay. I think we had Steve here. We have Brav here.
Tobago.
Say again, okay?
Yes, maybe
here,
maybe I would just like to urge the fans to get behind the new manager, get behind the team, regardless of what's happening upstairs. We might not be happy about many things, but the boys need our support. Whether we go to the matches or we don't, wherever we are, we need to get behind the boys. We need to get behind the teams. We need to get behind the manager, regardless of what we think about him. Some of us may think he doesn't deserve to be here, but he is here, and he represents us now. So get behind him, get behind the boys, and up the Chelsea.
Up the Chelsea.
Well said, Charles. We've got a troll in the chat.
I was about to wrap up, and thank you for the super chat, Coach. I appreciate it. He says Dante is the reason why I can't join your panel. Kick him out. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do another stream tomorrow just to do the match review. So, but tonight I won't do the watch along. I just want to watch the game, a comfortable watch, not morning on the stream. So see you guys tomorrow. Up the Charles. Peace.
Take care, guys.